What's going on, people? It's Mr. back again with this part 2 of the preview. Derby County v Nottingham Forest, and we've got special guests in. We'll start with you, Des. How you doing?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
I'm not even buzzing. Are you buzzing, Des, for this?
I've actually rushed back to get on for this, so you better be buzzing.
And we've got a special guest. As everyone knows, this is his third time he's come on. I'm not going to promote him, so I can't be bothered. And he's got the cheek to put a Barcelona top on. And everyone, I'm not going to use him. We've got Corey from Rams Review. How are you doing, Corey?
Mr. Dore, thank you for having me on. Des, great to meet you. And yes, I'm wearing my Barcelona shirt because I thought we were talking about Barcelona in all things. And I also brought another prop with me, Mr. Dore and Des. I brought this ballpoint pen. And the reason is I wanted you to see what a point looks like. Because I know Forrest don't have any.
Okay.
It's only been a while, so
okay.
That's what a point looks like.
All right, you got your first shot at us, then, Corey. I give you that.
Fair enough. That's all I got. I worked on that all week too, so I rehearsed that beforehand.
Love it. But before we start, we're gonna put the plugs on both channels. Des, with your channel, start with your channel.
Well, everybody's heard it by now. I just go about. I do all sorts of things. I walk about. I'll be positive. I'll be trying to encourage people to do things. Please give it a like and share. A good following this week, to be fair. Thanks to you guys, and people looking in. So it's not football,
Yeah,
I'd love to talk about football because that's my subject. As well as doors and as well as this reprobate on the so I just talk about being positive, trying to encourage people to do the good thing. Please give it a subscribe. Do daily.
Please
I'd be loving it if you give it a subscribe and a watch.
And last but not least, as you know, I don't we know I'm rivals with Derby, but as everyone knows, whoever comes on my channel, we like to give them a plug. Corey, give your channel a plug. Give it 5 seconds, and that's it.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, so I'm part of the Rams Review podcast. I'm the stateside host. Jason is a little bit closer to Derby, and we're the Rams Review podcast. You can find us on all major podcasting platforms, and we follow the saga that is Derby County. Sometimes weekly, sometimes bi-weekly, sometimes way more than we want to.
Daily. It's
daily, yeah, because EFL come out with random things at 11:53 at night, and I'm texting Jason. He's like, "It's 4 a.m. Why are you here?" And I'm like, "Because the EFL, we need to do an emergency podcast." So there's all these crazy things that go on because Derby is, it's kind of like Nottingham Forest in a way. It's basically just a giant circus these days. And you don't really know it's like the Titanic, and it's going down, and you don't really know who's at the wheel of the ship. And then you're kind of like, whoa, So, yeah, why am I a Derby fan? Basically because I hate myself. That's why. I could have supported literally anybody else. I've got a few gray hairs because of it. And
no. We're joining the club. Don't worry. I'm joining the club.
Oh, you had those for a while, though. You're a Forest fan. That's okay. And I also like to say, Dore, that I love your opening shot, but I think you're going to need to change the boss title out.
No,
after this weekend.
Okay. Right, Des. Right. We've only
and why do you have a picture of Stuart Pearce in a Nottingham Forest jersey when he definitely was a Derby County star?
Right. People in the comments, I don't care what you do. Give Corey some stick. I've had enough. It's not even 5 minutes.
You can't give me stick when it's accurate.
He's sending me shots already. So people in the comments, go for Corey and go see what. No, well, don't be nice. Be nice, but just go for him. Right.
That'd be a change if someone's nice to me.
Right, so people, let's start. As everyone's aware, it's a massive game tomorrow. Derby, Nottingham Forest. Corey, he knows everything about Derby. Corey, so I spoke to Lisa Howard yesterday, and she was like, I don't know, I would say she was a little bit positive yesterday. But how are you feeling about Derby season so far?
Yeah, I think it's better than anticipated. I think it was pretty much all doom and gloom from I think a lot of the fan base coming into the season. Derby returned to preseason training with 8 players. And then Wayne Rooney decided to just take the ankle out of Jason Knight. So he's out for 3 months. That was I don't know why Wayne Rooney was playing in. He retired, and thank God.
He wants to be on the bench.
Yeah, please no. We tried that. It didn't work last season. So thank God. But yeah, I think coming back in with 8 players into the building is not a great look. They brought a lot of trialists in, and then obviously they had the well-publicized transfer embargo. which only allowed them to sign players on £4,500 a week for up to a contract. Which, I mean, £4,500 a week for the average person. I mean, Jesus, that's a great salary. I wish I was on £4,500 a week. That'd be fantastic. But yeah, you've said it right there, Dor. It's been a little bit. Lisa was dead on last night. It does feel a little bit optimistic. Derby do have, I think, 5 points so far from the games.
Yeah.
They've battled. You're seeing a team with a mixture of veterans, a mixture of young players battling it out week after week and really putting a shift in for what they need to do the entire 90 minutes. And it's refreshing, and I don't think it's anything that we expected to do. So there is some positive vibes here, at least from the playing aspect, the playing staff aspect of this. And it's easy to get behind a team that you see is working hard. They might lack in some quality, they might lack in some certain areas. This is the barrel that Derby, this is the shop that Derby are shopping in right now. But as long as they're battling, they're giving 150% and all that they can. That's all you can really ask for from a Derby fan. So it has been cautiously optimistic for the rest of the season, but I am fearful if Derby pick up a few injuries. I think it would go pear-shaped very quickly. But with that, right now, it's I'm not going to say positive vibes, but it's not negative vibes. It's kind of like small positive vibes.
I'll say, but at least it's positive. Like I was about to say to Des, like me and Des went to the Stoke game, and it was dreadful, wasn't it, Des? And no points. Derby's got 5. Like as people are aware, me and Des are going to the Derby game tomorrow. And Des, how are you feeling about tomorrow's game, Des?
It's one of those, isn't it? Corey's just give it the big one. We all behind me. We're all this, we're all that. Of course, that's not how football works, is it? Whilst I agree with him in many ways, of course we do. We're looking on from afar when we're talking on our channel saying they've dug in, they've dug deep. I'll admit they've got behind the manager. Don't know why, but they've got behind the manager. And tomorrow, I just kind of expect this thing where it's the championship, isn't it? It's one of those where it never quite goes to plan.
Yeah.
Derby went to Peterborough. The highlight of Forest season? Derby went to Peterborough and we was all watching it on the TV before the Bournemouth game at home, and they went and modged it up. That was a highlight.
That was a highlight, Corey. That was a highlight, Corey. That was a highlight.
Des, you didn't jump in. You didn't jump in the Trent for that result, did you?
No, absolutely not. But the thing is, we didn't jump in the Trent, but it was like, oh, this is what's happening. This is what's happening. But the reality is, Derby shouldn't have lost that game. Absolutely shouldn't have lost that game. But Peterborough won last minute, banged the goal in. We thought we was off to a flyer. If we'd have beat Bournemouth, we'd have been flying. But the reality is, football's like that, isn't it? You never know what's going to happen. So, in terms of tomorrow, yes, every Forest fan in the world is going, shit, we're scared of losing this unbeaten record.
Yeah.
But the reality is, who knows? Because it's football, it's a championship, it's Forest Derby, form goes out the window. We're going to beat you 2-1.
You get your picture already in there. Bloody hell. I was about to say that was the end of the show. So, Corey, like I said, you've had so much trouble off the pitch, and I think it was just today. I think you're fighting with it, 9 points deduction as well. Like, to be fair, when I speak to Lisa about the confidence on the pitch, like, it's Eastman's Derby game tomorrow, and with the way, have you been impressed with the way Derby's played? Like I said, Des mentioned, like, you should have beat Peterborough. You should have beat him, to be fair, but have you been impressed with the way they've been playing, or do you think they could have got more points?
Yeah, I'll just preface this by saying I didn't anticipate Derby to play anywhere near as well as what they were doing. So literally anything that they're doing at the moment is probably better than the way I had predicted it. But yeah, I mean, I think for me, the thing that really stands out for me is just the fact that this team is battling, that this team is got a decent you can stop flashing up comments from Forest fans, Dor. You can put Lisa on there as well.
No. I'm just looking at Lisa Howard. Lisa Howard's in here. She's in here.
And so, yeah, I think for me, it's you're just looking at it and you're thinking that this is a young side. It's battling. Rooney's not chopping and changing the team as much as what he did last year. Preface with the fact he doesn't have that many players to chop and change. So kind of stop that a little bit. But I think that it's been a good distraction from the long summer that Derby fans have had, looking at the boardroom and things that are going off the pitch, all the business matters and everything that are well documented, which I'm sure we'll talk about. But yeah, on the field, as long as the players are battling, they're trying their best, which is exactly what they're doing right now. They're working hard for the team and for the unit. Yeah, look, Phil Jagielka is not the sexiest signing at 38 years old as your starting center half on a 6-month contract. It's not remotely sexy at all. But when he brings in that leadership and he brings in that nous of 20 odd years of playing professional football, I think he was made his professional debut more than 15 players at Derby were even born, who are first teamers now. And so when he's bringing that in and they're just battling and they're working hard for the team and they're really grafting and doing everything that they can do, I think that's the best thing that you can ask for this football team. And I think when you look at it, could they have had a few more points? Yeah, they probably should have put Peterborough away. They had a couple more chances. They didn't take them. Peterborough did. That's football. That Dembele was absolutely excellent. He changed the game and terrified, as did Burrows. They terrified the crap out of Derby. So yeah, but I don't think you can complain to many of the other results. Derby have yet to get spanked and thrashed, and they yet to take anybody to the sword. So yeah, it's one of those things. But yeah, I'm happy with the way Derby are playing right now.
Yeah. There's a question from NFC Owen. Corey, why are you wearing a Blackburn shirt? You're a Derby fine plastic. Right, Corey, explain to why you wear the ball.
Well, I'm trying to talk about probably the championship's worst center half, Joe Worrell. Last year, he said, I'll give Joe Worrell some respect. He's not completely tossed. He's just worse than Richard Stearman. He said that he wasn't playing Barcelona, so I thought I was coming on to do a Barcelona preview because why not? Because I can.
Right. So basically, people, if you don't understand what Corey just said, I know he's talking nonsense. When Joe Worrell said, "Oh, Derby fit the Barcelona, blah blah blah," that's why he's wearing the Barca top. So people,
that's why.
So that's why.
It could be worse. They could be wearing a Nottingham Forest jersey, but God, that'd be
right. Before we go here, Corey said he's got his Forest top.
I do have that Nottingham Forest jersey because I was at a Nottingham Forest game in 2003 as a guest of DC United, and I was able to go around and meet the team and everything like that. So although I'm a Derby fan, I do have the utmost respect for Nottingham Forest. Having been around the city grounds, I've seen the European Cups. I've been in the dugouts and dressing room.
Did you take pictures with it? Put it on your wall
with the Champions League trophies?
Yes.
Yeah, I sure as heck did. It's the Champions League trophy. John Robertson or John McGovern had it on his head. I mean, it's fantastic. John Robertson's a family friend of ours. A family friend of my uncle. And, I've just got a lot of respect for Nottingham Forest and the football club that they've done and that they've achieved. And so it's all a bit of fun and a bit of banter. But these two football teams, the glory days might be 30 years behind them. But, I've got a lot of respect for Nottingham Forest for what they've achieved in the game. And obviously they've got amazing fans as well, Dora, as you well know, yourself and Des among them.
You're right there.
I'm not a Derby fan that hates Nottingham people. I'm not one of those Derby fans. It's all fun and banter and everything, and I want Derby to win. Don't get me wrong, but I've got a lot of respect for Nottingham Forest.
Listen, right now he's being nice because he doesn't want me and Des to throw shots at him. So that's why
you can throw shots at me. I don't think you'd hit any because if the shots would actually go in, you might be playing number 9 tomorrow.
Oh, okay. All right then, Corey.
Oh,
okay.
No, I don't like any Derby or American Derby fans. I just don't like them.
Well, that's fine because there's only me, so that's a very small subsection. I'm just kidding.
Right, so Des. I
love you, Des.
I love you, mate.
Right, so Des. As you know, Chris Hughton's is in massive trouble. We lose this game tomorrow against Sat, right?
Why is he not been sacked already? Yeah, we've been there, Ben. We've been in the crux of it. I don't want to be this guy who goes, sack the manager, because I don't believe in it. I don't actually believe in sacking the manager. I think you need to stick with someone, And if they do stick with him and it comes good, I'll be the first to admit, I'll put my hands up and go, wow, that came good. But it's so negative, isn't it?
Yes.
I saw something on Twitter today. When you look at the signings we've made now, the American goalkeeper, we all agreed we needed a backup. Then you've got Garner. the guy from Watford, you know, Tutu or whatever his name is, right back. You know,
You got Desmond Tutu as your starting right back? That's crazy.
But you know what I mean? If you look at that from the outside, you probably go, that's all right. That's all right. The problem is timing, isn't it? The problem is we've lost 4 or 5 games and already we're under massive pressure. Those guys 2 weeks earlier would have been amazing signings. Whether they do the business on the pitch, I think we've got problems deeper than that. You know, absolutely deeper than that. But, you know, if they just sign those, and then I almost think, well, Chris Houston's got his guys now. He's got his guys. That's what you want a manager to have. You want him to have his guys. And then you go, but we've seen the tactics. We've seen the same formation. Week out, you know, and then you go, I'm still scared. I'm still worried.
This question for you, Corey. As you know, Max Lowe, he signed for Nottingham Forest. What was he like at Derby? Like, I know he didn't play that 40 games for your team, but what was he like at Derby?
Yeah, he was kind of in and out the team very early on, and then under Frank Lampard, got a loan move to Aberdeen. By all accounts, did really, really well at Aberdeen. Obviously played with Graham Shinney. Came back for a game, I think it was against Leeds. It was kind of out of his depth. Was loaned back to Aberdeen, came back, was then the starting fullback the next season. And to be fair, he did okay. You know, I always liked Max Lowe. I thought there was a player in there. But again, you could also see why he was playing at championship level because of the inconsistencies in his game. Defensively, probably needs a little bit of work. I mean, he's a better defender than me, okay? Granted, this is the grand scheme of professional footballers. Probably could use some help with defending. Probably not as good stopping crosses into the box as what you would hope from a championship fullback. But going forward, the lad's got all the attributes to be a fantastic player. And I've seen a lot of comments on social media calling Max Lowe a snake and things like that. Look, the lad went to go get it. The lad earned his move to Sheffield United, played in the Premier League to play Premier League football, as most players would if you were in the same position. And he's gone back from Sheffield United to play for Nottingham Forest. It's not great. You know, it's fine. It's whatever. But I don't think he didn't walk out on Derby to be with Nottingham Forest. He's been with Derby since a young age and everything like that. But it'll be interesting to see the reception he gets tomorrow at Pride Park. I wouldn't accept it would be a warm one. I hope it would, though, for the servant, being a servant that he was for the club. And yeah, it's just, it was kind of a strange one. I know, obviously, that they wanted Lee Buchanan. Forest had made a couple bids that were rebuffed. He's not going to Nottingham Forest. I don't think he was ever going to go because Derby can't really afford to lose players unless they can replace them. And I do think that Lee Buchanan is probably a little bit better than Max Lowe at the same amount of games. Yes, I would think. I think so. You know, but Max Lowe, obviously, I think he's 25 now, something like that. So he really needs to find a spot where he can kick on and become the player that we know he can be. Unfortunately, he was decent at Derby. Wasn't great. Wasn't crap. Decent. I mean, he got a Premier League move. He played some games in the Premier League for Sheffield United as well. So best of luck to him. I wish him all the best. And, you know, I hope he gets a warm reception tomorrow.
Right. So next question, like I said, Derby's got 5 points. Forest got none. But the main question is, where do you, like, I start with you, Corey. Like, where do you think the battle will begin? Because I know they've got players like Graham Shinney in that midfield. Who else? You mentioned Jason Knight. He's injured now. As well, Raven Morrison. Everyone thinks that he's going to do some fantastic for them. But where do you think the battle will? Who do you think will be the battler in that midfield for Derby?
Yeah, I definitely think the midfield is probably the key area for both of these teams, and who's going to dictate that. When I look at the teams overall, the Nottingham Forest back line is pretty shaky. Yeah. The Derby back line is okay. It's better than last year, thank God, because last year was not great.
Well, it was worse, so we can't say nothing.
Yeah, I mean, and so the back line this year has improved. The back line this year is a little bit more solid, but I do think they still have a mistake in them. I mean, if you look at the cup game in the week, the lad, obviously it was, I think it was Cornell McDonald. He's not a starter, but he played it literally just straight back to Billy Sharp, who scored. And so, you know, I think both back lines are a bit shaky. both teams aren't necessarily prolific in front of goal. So they'll be, kind of countered out with the poor defending. So I think the midfield battle is going to be key here. Graham Shinnie and Max Bird. Bird's been in very good form.
Yeah.
Shinnie's been solid as usual and yet to pick up a booking. Although we do have, I think, Paul Robinson, Tim Robinson, whatever refereeing. So I'm sure he'll get booked in the pre-match or something because that guy's just like a card merchant. It's like makes Mike Dean look like a fool. He's just like can't get the card out quick enough. I think that'll be the key battle. And like you say, Ravel Morris is in there as well. And yeah, it's Ravel's 12th club in 10 years, something crazy like that. He's never really latched on. I spoke to some Den Haag fans after he got released before we signed him, and they were just like, yeah, there was literally nothing memorable that he did. So it didn't really fill you with a lot of confidence.
That's good then. I'll take that. But
you keep expecting, right? You hear the stories of how supremely talented Morrison is and all this stuff. And you can see it in glimpses of the way he moves or the way he hits a ball or the way he brings something down. And hopefully this is the spot. Hopefully this is the spot where he puts it all together and brings it, to the forefront with Derby County. Me personally, history is a very good indicator of what's going to happen in the future when you're looking at a player like that. But he's been reasonable up till now. I would push reasonable, pushing on decent to good, which has been a very good thing to see. So hopefully that can continue. But then when you look at the the Nottingham Forest midfield, I look at one player, and that one player is Joe Garner. I know that Derby had tried to get him, pushed very, very hard to get him. He wanted to come back to Nottingham Forest. Understandable, no problem with that. Lad feels comfortable, works under a manager that he likes. Not a problem there. So I definitely see that as the key battle there. Probably Joe Garner and then Graham Shinnie trying to neutralize him, or Max Bird, and then allowing the other two to pivot from there on being able to create something. But the midfield battle is always important in the East Midlands derbies, and tomorrow it will be as well. But Shinnie's going to be kicking the crap out of Garner's shins. Extra big shin guards.
There we go. Des, are you all right, Des?
I'm absolutely all right.
He's just been blown back by that analysis. He's like, whoa, that was good.
I've just been blown back by that bullshit that always just come out with.
You can't,
Oh, dude.
Graham Shinnie may as well be like, what's his name?
Jack Colback? Oh, sorry.
Jack Grealish. Graham Shinnie may as well be the new Jack Grealish with what he's just blown.
Graham Shinnie doesn't have as nice calves. But I'll tell you another thing. I'd love to see Graham Shinnie and Jack Colback just kick the crap out of each other for 90 minutes. It'd be like two little kids. You know when you play herd ball as a kid because it's not really football. It's like herd ball. It's like a ball, and they all run together, and they're just kicking each other's shins in a big thing as the ball's moving around the thing. I never did that because I was sitting on the bench because You know
what? Jack Colback will kick Graham Shinnie up the arse, and you won't see him for 85 minutes.
And that'll be fantastic. And I want him to do that because Tim Robinson's going to come over and he's going to get that little red card out. And Jack Colback's going to go, oh my God, that matches my hair. I don't know what to do.
God.
And then he's going to go take a nice early cold shower.
You're on those shit referees again.
It's the EFL, man. They're all crap.
Exactly.
Des, about City, right? Corey mentioned about Joe Garner, and we've got players like Ryan Yates, Jack Colback, Kofu. Who would you put alongside Garner for this game tomorrow?
Of course, we'd have Garner in. That's the one we've all been waiting for. You know, that makes it an okay transfer window. You know, and we've spoke before, George. You know, me personally, because of his allegiances, you know, we stick Ryan Yates in there. He's not an awful footballer. You know, he's that footballer you want in your team in these kind of games.
That's not really a ringing endorsement, is it, Des? He's not an awful footballer.
Yeah, but what about Robbie Savage? He was a twat.
Football genius.
You had Robbie Savage in there to do exactly the same role. You know, just to mess it up, just to confuse things, just to upset what was going off. And for me, you know, I don't know, perhaps going forward, we progress a little bit from that. But the fact is, we've lost 4 league games.
Oh, yeah.
Right? We need to get something. If it means Ryan Yates upsetting it a little bit. And
as always.
Him, do you know, I'd absolutely take it. Do you know, I'm not accepting a point. I've seen a lot of Forest fans this week going, "We'll have a point."
No, I'm not taking a point. I'm not taking a point.
Not a chance. I'm not taking a point because that's
Good,
not
because you won't be.
That's not the way I'm approaching these games, right? But for me, put him in there, let him mess it up, let him make it dirty, let him kick a few people, and then we've got Garner. Hopefully, after the midweek game, he didn't really have much of a chance, did he? Because in reality, he played with kids, he played in a different setup. Let him do his thing. He scored against them last time, didn't he? So,
well, I love that again. Would you, Corey? Would you if Garner scored again? You'd like, wouldn't you? 19th minute.
I mean, Darby's going to be 4 up at that point. So he can score all he wants in the 90th minute. But yeah, I think Des, you're dead on there. And I think looking at it from a Forest point of view, Ryan Yates would be a perfect man to put in there and hopefully this is not like the 40-year-old Brazilian Cafu, because I thought Jagielka at 39 was old, but Jesus, he's going to bring his walker. I know it's a different Cafu. I'm being flippant to all the Forest fans. But I do think that, you're dead on. I think they need to try something different for us. I think they need to get a point. They need to get points on the board. And if you have to win ugly, you have to win ugly. Whatever you can do to get your first 3 points on the board. At this point, you get no points for playing sexy football. And I think it'll be interesting if Ryan Yates is in there on how that counteracts Ravel Morrison, because I don't think we've necessarily seen Ravel get kicked about a lot. I don't think we've seen somebody who's just, in there like a Jack Colback. Well, Jack Colback and Ryan Yates both play for us. So, if they were in there kicking the crap out of Ravel Morrison, who's going to be that creative outlet for Derby, who's going to link the play between the midfield and the attackers. Yeah, I think it'll be very interesting to see how Ravel reacts to that. Can he take it? Is he going to be petulant? We don't know, because I don't think we've necessarily seen anything like that before. So I think that'll be an interesting thing. But I think from a Forest perspective, you're dead on, Des. They've got to do something obviously different because it's not working right now. But, trying to win ugly just to get points on the board is something that you have to do right now. Derby were in that position a lot last season. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't sexy. It wasn't liquid football. But at the end of the day, you've got to put points on the board to, ultimately save yourself. And it's a bit too early to talking about the R word. But, you don't want to be in that position, adrift at the foot of the table, like Derby were last season, desperately needing to claw every tooth and nail, because that sucks. I'll just tell you, that sucks.
At the end of the day, your guys, we hate this, and this is what we're fearing right now, is your guys dug in, didn't they? They dug in, and I said to Dore earlier in the week on a different podcast, they dug in for Rooney. And how are they doing that? What is happening to make them fight for him like the way they are? At the moment, Chris Hughton is getting absolutely nothing. This is why we're petrified. Well, all of a sudden, Derby have gone, we'll fight for this guy. He's stuck with us. Hughton, if he was sacked, he would have gone. Rooney could have walked and gone, he could have held his head up high. And these guys are going, we'll fight for this guy. We'll give him everything we've got.
Yeah, I think to that, Des, I think a lot of it has to do with kind of the us against the world mentality that I think Rooney's kind of tried to instill in this player, in these players, in this group of players. Obviously, we know what we know what everyone said. Lisa's dead on there. What the world's written everybody off. Tom Lawrence said that at the beginning of the season. You see the issues in the boardroom. You see the issues, the anxiety amongst the fan base because of the lack of communication from the club to the fans. You see the takeover saga. You see the Al Jazeera special where Mel Morris talks to this weird Chinese businessman and shows him all around and whatever, and is trying to do deals where it's your handshakes and kind of weird. You see the fights with the EFL. You see the fact that they only have 8 players. You see the fact that they can only get players on reduced wages. And I think that does create an us against them mentality. And I think that's why I think Rooney's kind of sat in that dressing room and said, look, all the other noise is out there. It's going on. It is what it is. We can only focus on this group of players that's in this dressing room right now. And I think that adds a lot to a player. For me, having been in a similar situation, not obviously at a professional level, but at a collegiate level here in the States, playing for a very, very poor team, you sit in that dressing room with a small group of guys and you sit here and you're like, I'm not going to let the guy next to me down. I'm not going to let the guy across from me down, because at the end of the day, when you pull that jersey on, whether it's got the forest tree on it or you've got the ram for Derby, it's family. You can have your own problems, you can have your own issues, you can whatever, but I'm going to fight tooth and nail for them. And so, I think that's just why. I think he's just galvanized and said, look at all these people writing you off. Look at all these people that are saying all this negative stuff. Look at all this crap that's going on, because block that out, because it's about the guy next to you and not letting them down. And if you pick them up and you don't let them down and you put a good performance in, they're going to reward you, because they're going to pick up the next guy who's then going to pick up the next guy. And I think that's just adds an extra 5 or 10% on the performance. And to be fair for Derby, we've not really seen that kind of togetherness with players for a while. And when you're fighting tooth and nail and grafting, that's what you have to do. And that's probably the best reason I can put down to either fighting as much as they are for Rooney.
Like you speak about Rooney, and I heard like last season, like you saved your blah blah. And as a fan, Corey, forget Rooney's reputation of being a good player. Like as a manager, do you rate him as a manager? Because I think I was listening to Talk Sport, and I think it was I don't know what it was now, and it doesn't rate him as a manager. You just think all this, like I think it was you just stayed up last season, and I know like all the things what's happened behind the scenes is horrible for you lot. But do you think going forward, like Rooney's the man to like get you to Premiership if it ever happens on that?
Yeah, I think I just want to preface this by saying that I've been a fan of Wayne Rooney since I was a child. He was like my first. He wasn't my first footballing hero. He was one of my first footballing heroes when he first broke through with Everton, and I followed the lad's career for his entire career, obviously from the start to the finish. And it's just fantastic to see what he's achieved in the game. So he's a hero. He is kind of a hero of mine in a way. But Wayne Rooney as a manager has yet to convince me. I think that this is the Tom. No, sorry, it's the other way around. I think you spelled Nottingham wrong there. Oh no, yeah, Derby are beating you 5-0. Yeah, you head on, Tom. Sorry, I can't read. I've had a long day at work. But yeah, I think Wayne Rooney's yet to convince me.
Sam Jordan. That's who it was. Simon Jordan.
Yeah. People said that he's got a vendetta and things like that. Simon Jordan's got a platform. He's going to say what he needs to say.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff you can't argue with it. He's been in the business for a long time. Some of the stuff you can't argue, and things like that. But I think, last year Rooney didn't really show any managerial acumen really. When you're looking at it, he was chopping and changing to try to go up against the opposition, trying to just squeak out a result so he could get on and save them. He ultimately did, not because they won a game, which is exactly what Simon Jordan said, but it was because Marlon Pack, best football in the championship, goal of the season, Derby County arguably player of the season, Marlon Pack, sexiest man alive, whatever you want to call him, scored that goal to keep Rotherham from winning the game, so they could do that, so they could stay up. And this year it's going to be very interesting. And I'm reserving judgment on Rooney. Partly, I don't think that he's the right man for the job. I know I said that up front, but I'm not necessarily sitting here going, he needs to get out of the football club. And I'm not as vehement as what I was last season. I'm going to sit there and say, you know what, Wayne, give him an opportunity with this group of players. This is not a season that Derby County that I'm looking at them and saying, yeah, this is a promotion season. Yeah, this is a season. This is a write-off season. This is a rebuilding season. This is a let's look for the future season. This is a reset season based off of all this EFL stuff that's going on. And so the jury's still out for him for that. I mean, galvanizing this group and getting this team to play the way he wants them to play and the way they are playing, I think is excellent. And so long may that continue. But I do think that Wayne Rooney eventually longer term is probably, if I just, had to predict something, I don't think he's necessarily the right man to bring Derby forward for many different reasons. He doesn't have a pedigree of developing young players, not yet anyway. And he's kind of relying on the players that he had played with in other clubs and things like that to bring them in and people that he know. But it's going to be difficult for any manager, whether it's Chris Hughton, Wayne Rooney, Pep Guardiola, if they can't bring in players and they can't sign players to improve the squad. It's going to be difficult for any manager.
Right. So last but not least, I hate this bit. Predictions. Corey. No, Des. Let me start with you, Des. What is your prediction for tomorrow?
Do you know, Noah, I always go for the same, don't I? For the last season and a half, I've said first goal scorer, I can see it.
Right. I ask you two things. What's your heart and your head saying? So, what's your heart saying?
Tell you what, my head is saying 1-1 because that's what it always is. Do you know, I touched on something earlier in the week where a team scores, whether it's Forest or Derby, normally Forest in the last couple of years, and then progressively they get worried about what's coming back at them, you know, and then they drop back, they drop back. They don't want to go on for that winner. And like last year, Kazim Richards scored the goal late on.
Yeah, Corey, you need to stop doing that thing on Twitter, Corey. Every single time he's doing it.
But the reality is, you know, this is what happens in local derbies, isn't it? You know, a team scores and then the biggest fear is getting that turned around, getting that result turned around. So what they do is sit back. If it's 1-1, it's 1-1. But, you know, for some reason, bizarrely, and I've been more negative about Forest than anyone.
You've not been no. I disagree with you. I've been more negative than you. I think I've been more negative than you.
You know what, Dor? We're going to win tomorrow. We're going to win 2-0.
Is that your head or heart?
That's my heart. Absolutely.
What's your head saying?
I've just told you my head said 1-1.
Okay. Corey, what's your heart?
I think James Garner is going to score that goal. And then Ben Osborne is just going to come out of nowhere and he's going to stick one in the last minute.
Oh my days, you're nuggets. Corey, what you say, Corey?
I like Jolly Ollie's prediction, Dor. If you could flash that up on screen, I like a good old 5-5. I think that'd be
no.
What I would like to say, Dor, before I give my prediction, is Lisa. I know you're watching. Go ahead and put in the comment. We're gonna do a bet with Dor. What do you want him to bet? If Derby win, if Forest win, if it's big.
We'll talk about it. Correct.
I want to give Lisa an opportunity though to think about it, Dor, because there's going to be some good ones.
Okay. Let Lisa get involved. Right, Des, you're involved in this as well, Des. Okay. We'll get Corey's prediction here first. Then what's your heart?
Heart and head. I think obviously. I mean, both are going to be Derby's going to smash them 5-0. Let's just be honest. Come on, you Rams. No, I think when you look at it overall, these two teams are trending these two teams are very similar, right? You look at the back lines, both not great. Midfields are probably the strength. The strikers, I don't know, probably couldn't hit a barn door with a bazooka, but you know, they're trying. They're trying. You know, I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of Lyle Taylor. His hair looks stupid.
Wait. He scores past you every single time, doesn't it? That's a problem.
Lyle Taylor's hair is stupid.
He scores past, right. You're just a hater because Lyle Taylor scored. What was it, Charlton? He scored.
I just don't like his hair. That's why I don't like him.
No, I hope he scores tomorrow to piss you off. I hope he does. Go on, what's your prediction? Go on.
Yeah, I think these two teams cancel it out. I could see definitely a draw. I can see 0-0. I can see 1-1. I think it's going to be, you know, I don't necessarily see that it's going to be a rip roar, which is unfortunately because I'll be watching that ahead of Manchester City and Arsenal. So, you know, hopefully it's a rip roar though. I can see it definitely being. I think I'm going to go 1-1. I'm going to be with Des here. I think it's going to be one. Des picked him to win. I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw. I think these two teams are pretty much even. But you know, you also have the opportunity where Chris Hughton, you know, he could be up against it. It's always a dangerous time. The last game before the international break, a lot of owners pull the trigger there to sack him to give the new guy a couple weeks to bet in. So Chris Hughton, I don't know, could go for broke, and he could, you know, take the shackles off and try to go out there and win the game to save his job. Will it happen? I don't know.
You're saying you're going to get beat?
No, they're not going to get beat. No, I was just giving an alternate, like in the Marvel multiverse here. If there's like a multiverse of the EFL,
he's saying he's going to get beat, though. He's saying he's going to get beat. And
no, not at all. Derby's going to win. Derby's going to win 2-0. Easy. And you know what you're going to see? You're going to see Wayne Rooney, who has won every single trophy in the game, bar the World Cup and the Euros, because he played for England and not won anything since 1966. But he's won the Champions League, the FA Cup, the League Cup, the Europa League, the Premier League, and he's going to chuck all them trophies out. The thing that he wants to win most, is the Brian Clough Trophy, and he's going to lift it up and he's going to go like this. And then you know what? It's not. But at the end of the day, it's not like we're playing Barcelona, so it's really irrelevant.
Okay, then. So that's Corey's prediction, right? I'm going for a prediction. I'm going to do it out the way. My head says. I don't want to be negative. I don't.
It's like that little meme with Kermit with the hood up. And it's like, do it. That's what I see. Like, do it. Just pick Derby to win.
No, I'm saying 1-1 in my head. I think it'll be 1-1. I think Forest will score. And then my heart says 2-2. I'll say 2-2. That's what I'm going for. Okay. People in the comments as well, put your pictures as well. I'll put it on the screen. Right, before we go, as everyone knows, me and Corey, we do a bet every time. And Des, you're getting involved. Des, wait. Des, do you want to get involved with this?
Absolutely, I'm involved.
Right, so
he's just been talking rubbish for about 40 minutes, so I'm involved.
I think you're confusing rubbish with genius, but I'll let that go, Des. I know it's a little late. It's been a long day, so
he's been on a drink. You can tell Des has been drinking too much, haven't you, Des? You've been on a pop.
Yeah, Lucasade.
He has to because he's a Nottingham Forest supporter.
Right, 5 defeats.
I'll tell you what I did one time. I got a Lucasade, and I was too stupid, and I shook it up because I thought it was one that you shake up. I thought it was the fruit juice kind, but it was the fizzy kind. I opened it, went all over me. It was hilarious. And the cap stripped, so I couldn't get the cap off to stop it, and so it just kept going everywhere.
Right, so Corey. So what would we agree on? Right, so people in the comments. So me and Corey, last time Corey came on, we did a bet, and if I remember, the bet was either team win 3-0, we've got to wear Forest top or Derby top.
Yes.
And we've got. It was just the top one in. That's what it was.
Yeah, it was just the next time you're on your show doing a Derby thing, you have to wear a Derby shirt, or I have to come on wearing a Forest shirt.
Forest
I'm happy to stick to that.
Right, I'll stick to that. But
I'm happy to stick to that if it's 2-0.
Wait. Okay, wait. Right, so you know what? I should have Lisa on. I should get Lisa on because I think Lisa. No, I'm not too late. Okay. The score.
I've got one for you, Dore. If
right,
Derby County win 2-0, you have to do your Dore match day vlog, which is up, by the way, for everyone watching, for the best in the football content awards. So you need to go vote for Dore because Dore's awesome. And this
please do. Yeah, the link is below. People vote for me.
You need to do that. Yeah, yes. I'm promoting you, Dore. Why am I doing this?
I'm loving it. I'm
doing this. But on your match day vlog, you need to go outside Pride Park and you need to take selfies and videos with all the Derby County players. And you need to be like, I'm Mr. Dore from the Nottingham Forest channel, but I love Derby. And you take a little selfie thing. Yes. That's if Derby win.
Oh, you're taking the.
If Forest win, there's not much I can do because of COVID. I can't get on a plane to come and do anything. So
right. Okay, right. So I do feel right.
I'm on a free one here.
Okay, right. No, because yours is a bit dangerous. If Derby win 3-0, I'll do a vlog, and I'll go to the Derby and I'll say I'm a Forest fan. I'll get a picture of him, right?
Yeah. And Lisa will watch you because Lisa's there.
And Lisa will be there. If Forest win 3-0, right? I'll buy a Forest top for you, saying, no. I'll buy a Forest top for you, and say, I love DoreOnTour.
I'd wear that crap anyway.
No, Des, think of something. That's too easy. Des, think of something. Come on, people in the comments.
I'll wear a Nottingham Forest Speedo and jump at the creek at the bottom of my parents' house.
Actually,
nobody wants to see that's just a bad mental image.
We don't want to see that. We don't
I'm
see
not
that.
beach body ready at all.
I'm seeing the comments. Dore, hope you like the tattoo.
Yes, you can get a tattoo of my face.
No.
Yes, a tattoo of my face.
On where?
On your back.
Wait. That's it. Right. Okay. Let's clarify this. If Derby win 5-0, I'll put a tattoo on a tattoo of the Derby badge. Yeah?
That sounds fair.
A Derby badge. What's your bet, though? So what's your bet? It got to be something. No, wait. You've got to wear. No, I'm not wearing a tattoo. I don't like tattoos.
How about this? If Derby win 5-0, you jump in the Derwent.
Trent Bridge?
No, the Derwent, the River Derwent.
Where's that?
In Derby. Jesus, man.
I don't know.
Ben, take it, because they're not going to win.
It's just not going to happen, mate.
It's not going to happen.
It's just not going to happen. I doubt either team would score 5 in the warm-up.
Yeah, but what happened last time? Derby beat his 5-0 last time. No, well, let's stick to it.
Yeah, Lisa knows her stuff, and she says that Derby don't score more than once.
Oh, right. Okay, right. So we'll do it right. If Forest or Derby win 3-0, we have to get a top for each
alternate
other.
shirts.
Alternate shirts, and I've got to put on yours. Corey loves DoreOnTour, and I'll do vice versa.
Perfect.
Yeah,
that works.
That deal? Des, is that a deal, Des? Are you in this, Des?
I'm not wearing any Derby shirt ever. You shove it up your arse. And Lisa Howard, who's here somewhere, saying, "Oh, is he pissed?" Absolutely. I'm still not wearing a Derby shirt.
He has to, Lisa. He's a Nottingham Forest supporter.
I'm still not wearing a Derby shirt. I complimented her yesterday, so
that's not kind.
I don't care. She's a Derby fan. She's fun.
That's not nice, Des.
Des.
I'm not wearing a Derby shirt. End of.
Why not?
You know what I'll do, Dor? I'll change my Twitter profile and I'll have myself in a Nottingham Forest jersey.
Yeah, I'm not wearing a. So the deal is, if Derby win 3-0, Forest win 3-0, we've got to wear a top.
We're switching jerseys for the next East Midlands derby.
Yeah, 5%. Okay, that's deal. End of and done.
Don't go jumping in the Trent this time either.
I do that once. I'm not doing it again.
It was a bad idea.
Oh, Dave. Right, people. Corey. It's been a pleasure for coming on the channel. Des, you're a naughty lad.
Why? Why am I naughty?
Oh, Des, you're a naughty lad.
I've wound Lisa up a little bit.
Oh, Des, he's only joking. He's just done a little. Naughty lad, Des. Right, people. Corey, it's been a pleasure.
Shagging bastards, we're coming for you. We're coming for you. We're coming for you. You sheep-shagging bastards. We're coming for you. Say that, door.
Oh, Des, you're a nutcase. Right, Corey, it's been a pleasure. Des, it's been a pleasure. I can't cope with you, Des.
Hey, Ben, before we sign off, I'd just like to thank you for myself and Jason for having us on the show.
Oh, yes.
We always appreciate it. We look forward to it. And I would also say one more time, it's amazing work that you're doing on your channel. I'm so happy and proud of you that you're on for the finalists of the Football Content Awards. So I hope the people watching get to vote because I have voted for you.
Oh, thank you.
To vote for you and stuff that ballot box because it's probably the only thing Forest are ever going to win in your lifetime. So, you do an amazing work. Keep it up, man. I'm so excited with what you've been doing, watching from afar and everything like that. If I want to watch it when I fall asleep, it helps me sometimes. As I'm counting sheep, get it? Haha, did that? Did there? But at the end of the day, Mr. Dore, it's all a bit of fun, and I'm so grateful that we've been able to connect and you have me on the show.
5%.
I'm amazed with what you're doing, and best of luck in the content awards, and we'll be pulling for you, man.
Well, thank you for that very much, Corey. But like I said, people, if there's 62 people here, Corey Sports Derby, as we know, he does a podcast as well. Des got a YouTube channel as well. Please, the link is in below of both of their channels and their podcast. Please go and hit the subscribe button. Go on Corey's channel and go and listen to his content. I know Corey did a preview on your channel for Forest. Was it?
We did. And we will be having a review episode as well.
Yeah, you had Matt
because it's the big match. So
you had Matt with her from Nottingham Sport, didn't you?
We did. Yeah, Matt Davis from Nottingham Post. He was on there in Garibaldi Red podcast. So it was pretty fun. He was very, very much like Des, less fruity language, but he was best like Des.
Was there?
Very, very not Forest are not great at the moment. I got that. It's the picture. It's basically like watching Derby, but worse and wearing red shirts.
Oh dear. What was?
Yeah, he was not. He was not.
What else can we say, Corey? Yeah, you're a good guy. You're a good guy, but you're still a cheap shagger. That's all I'm saying.
You bellend.
I think Des jumped in the Trent. I think that was him. He seems like he's a Trent jumper.
You want to watch my channel? I don't talk like this at all. The door reels.
Dore just brings it out of you, yeah.
All right, Des, don't get me involved with what you do. But like, it's been a pleasure, people. If you are new to the channel, please do hit the subscribe button. Just like I said, subscribe to Des the Drunken Man Down, and please do go and check Corey's channel.
I'm on the Lucasade.
Lucasade and vodka.
But like I say, please go and hit the subscribe button. But it's been a pleasure. Hopefully, I've got a massive smile on my review show tomorrow night at 9 o'clock. It's going to be a cracker. Hopefully, we win. Hopefully, I'll send a message to Corey after the game, and he's still active on Twitter because I am going for you, Corey, if Forest win. Thank you, everyone, people, for watching. Thank you, everyone, for coming for watching. Hopefully, we win. Oh, the Forest! Come on!
Play your Bye, Lisa.